Welcome to the Reparenting Daily podcast. In this podcast, we'll dive deep into reparenting, exploring tools and resources to help us through our journey. The podcast is divided into 3 sections. First is a reading. Second is a discussion of the reading, followed by a journal prompt. And the last section is a peaceful meditation for closing. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from whenever and wherever you're joining us today. Thank you for being here. Much appreciated, taking some time for your reparenting journey. Today we're going to go to a new book. It's called Secure Relating, Holding Your Own in an Insecure World. This is a book written by Sue Marriott and Kelly. They also have an excellent podcast that will be linked in the show notes. The podcast is called Therapist Uncensored. So I definitely recommend their therapist and I believe a social worker who are friends exchanging their experiences. And this book is on secure relating, holding your own in an insecure world. And so without further ado, let's get into the reading. We're starting off at chapter 1, The Earning Security Journey. Imagine with us for a moment. You're sitting on your couch, engrossed in your screen, with a slight movement on the wall to the right that catches your attention. Your gaze instinctively shifts and falls on something you've never seen before, a strange and rather elegant insect. Its unusual shape captivates you, so you lean in closer for a better look. Its long, graceful antennae extend from its head and remind you of a butterfly, but its iridescent shell is more beetle-like. Glistening with an array of captivating colors, you're mesmerized by this outwardly creature and are struck that you have not encountered anything like it before. When you remember your cat, who loves to stand and capture bugs, so you consider capturing this little guy to take it outside to protect it. Your reverie is interrupted, however, as it lifts its head and fixes its large eyes on yours, causing a wave of unease to crash over you. Its body twitches, and those eyes remain fixed on you, intensifying the sensation that this encounter is taking an unnerving turn. Neither of you move. It's as if you are suddenly in a standoff. In an unexpected burst of movement, the insect takes action. It either jumps or flies, you can't tell which, and quickly whirs by your ear, landing on a spot behind you. You startle with comical, embarrassed by your cartoonish, involuntary flinch. New thoughts flow through your mind. What if it sprays some crazy bug chemical at you, or jump flies at your face again? Your hand flies out and reflexively smacks the insect to the floor. You consider fetching the jar to take it outside, but the damn thing recovers quickly and begins to crawl fast in your direction. You definitely don't like this weird thing at all. Not only did it infiltrate your house, but what if it's the first of many? What if it scurries under the couch and has a bunch of creepy babies? You cringe only slightly as you hear its carapace snap under your toe. This multi-legged stranger went from being a fascinating creature you were enjoying and wanting to protect to an invader you squashed in a matter of seconds. With the slightest perceived provocation, your underlying defense circuits hijacked your interest and reverie. But you aren't a bug hater. You were quite drawn to it. So how did you end up squashing the poor little guy? And what does it have to do with secure relating? Protection and connection circuits. This, in a nutshell, is how 2 essential circuits within our nervous system influence our daily interactions and experiences. The first, connection circuit, draws us towards exploration, bonding, and belonging. The second, the protection circuit, helps us recognize potential dangers and respond accordingly. When you first encountered the bug, your connection circuit sparked to life. The curiosity popped forward, guiding you to a pleasant exploration of this alien being. You enjoyed a sense of excitement and wonder. However, it took only a bit of a creepy eye contact and a twitch for the protection system to kick in. Then, when the bug started moving towards you, it felt like a fully blown problem. The alert signals in your body change your perception of a creature dramatically. What was once a curious discovery became an invading threat, justifying its abrupt, brutal end. The same reactions can happen in our everyday reactions with people, minus the brutal ending, of course. Everything is smooth sailing in the connecting state of mind, but then something makes us uncomfortable. And it's as if scary music turns on in the background. We see things differently and interpret events with squinty eyes as we erect a shield so as not to get hurt. However, all of this is happening outside of our awareness. We think we're being totally rational and the problem is out there, but the bug, rather than within, is shaped by our own interpretations and perceptions. Thank you. That's the reading for today. Hello and welcome back. Thanks again for being here today. This is really an excellent book. I've read it once. I've also listened to the audiobook. The audiobook is really nice because the authors are narrating. The podcast is also really nice. If you'd like to dig a bit more into therapy and different kind of modalities, they have a very good and helpful podcast, so I recommend that. Secure relating, holding your own in an insecure world. In a world where people seem to be tense, afraid, stressed, under pressure, under-resourced. So many people are going out without so many needs being met. Isolation and loneliness is increasing. And so it becomes increasingly important that we all, for our collective healing and our collective understanding, work together. And in order to do that, we must be able to relate securely. The opening of this book is very important because it shows us how our perceptions and the assumptions and knowledge that we take with us are projected into our current day, because that's just how humans function. We use the previous experiences to predict the future, and that allows us to decide how to act more effectively. And so the question here is, what are the biggest things in your subconscious that are blocking you from connecting? Is it just the fear of people? Is it the expectation that nothing will come good from it because you feel social anhedonia, because you do not feel the benefit of relation? Today, you might also want to reflect on your current relationships. How secure do you feel in your friendships, your family relationships, and your partnerships, if you have one? What about this also in the workplace? How does it reflect there? When you come from a CPTSD background, or an adult child, or someone with attachment injuries, secure relating is you cannot heal without learning how to securely relate and how to move past your attachment injuries. And so that again becomes a reason why it's so important to develop community, to find the right people around you, which is also a struggle, because if we've grown up in these family situations, we've often been separated from our true selves, from our true values. That means that the life that we are living and manifesting is not really our true life. And so the consequences of that is that we attract situations and circumstances and people that are aligned with the false self and not the true self, which is hidden because of fear of rejection or abandonment. And so because the true self has been underdeveloped, we become reliant on this false self. The problem is that relations based out of the false self are not authentically and genuinely fulfilling. They're most likely not going to be secure relating because you're not truly connecting. And so today, let's take some time to reflect on how we can bring some more secure relating into our lives, whether that means cleaning up our existing relationships or looking for new healthy connections. Secure relating is definitely possible. It's possible to heal your attachment wound. It's not easy. It takes a lot of time and effort, but we can do anything we set our mind to. And you have to believe it in order for it to come through. So again, as always, thank you for being here. Take care of yourself and be well. And now, let us move on to the final section, the meditation. This is an unguided meditation. I will simply provide some music and you can take some time to relax. Please feel free to choose a location and a place where you feel safe and where you can be undisturbed for the next 10 minutes. You can choose to be sitting down, standing, as you like, wherever you are most comfortable. Thank you for being here and enjoy the meditation.